Want to drop 6 pant sizes without heavy lifting and without logging your food forever? At 59, Larissa did exactly that. And in this video, I'm going to show you the 3 strategies that she used to do it. Although she was starting again after years of inactivity, Larissa wasn't new to exercise. In her younger years, she was a professional dancer, she maintained a healthy weight, she ran, she even fenced. She was really good at activity. But then she had a child later in life, she was running the business, and menopause hit. And she felt too out of shape and exhausted to try new activities. She tried to take up horseback riding, but she found she couldn't even do 1 loop around the ring with her horse without getting out of breath. Then the final straw. She went on a hike with her friends and she could barely keep up. Larissa said she realized she had become the overweight, out of shape middle-aged woman she vowed she would never be, and something needed to change. To lose weight, she tried everything. Keto, boxing classes, walking a lot, but all of these activities just did not fit with her new body. The idea of some of the strategies to ensure she was eating properly, like food logging, or weight training and high intensity interval training and all of the other things you're supposed to do in your day, it just didn't seem feasible for her very busy lifestyle. Not to mention, the idea of eventually getting to heavy lifting just did not feel doable for her. And that's when I met Larissa. And together we tailored her weight loss strategy without heavy lifting and without logging her food forever. I'm Alicia Jones, fitness and weight loss expert for women over 50, and these are the 3 strategies that we used to get Larissa down 6 pant sizes in 1 year. Strategy number 1 is make what you love count as high intensity interval training, or HIIT. The research shows that a combination of high intensity interval training and weight training give you the best bang for your buck when it comes to weight loss, strength, stamina, quality of life as we age. But Larissa hated structured high intensity interval training. So instead of forcing Larissa to do something that she didn't like to do, and we all know that if you try and do something that you don't like to do, you're probably not going to be consistent with it, and then you fall off track again. So instead of having to go through another cycle of the yo-yo on and off again, I asked her to choose an activity she absolutely loved to do. And this was her horseback riding. Because Larissa was fairly new to the sport of horseback riding, her heart rate rose fast and it was an intense workout for her. In order to ensure that she was making a high intensity interval training zone, we had her wear a heart rate monitor while she was doing her workouts. If she got into heart rate zones that elicited high intensity interval training, then we used that as her HIIT. If she didn't, then we'd have to do it together. So the big takeaway for you, if there's an activity that you really love to do or you need to do, like mowing the lawn or doing house chores, you can make that activity your high intensity interval training. Just wear a heart rate monitor and assess whether or not you're in the zone. And if you're not sure that you're in the zone or not, then I'll place a video at the end of this one that shows you how to make sure you're in a high intensity interval training zone. Strategy number 2, build strength without lifting heavy. Yet. Larissa was really nervous about the idea of lifting heavy weights. She had actually never lifted weights before. And as a dancer, her joints were hypermobile, which meant that they were very flexible and painful for her. So the idea of lifting heavy weights became even more intimidating for her. Instead, we focused on isometric exercises. These are exercises where you don't move. Research shows that it is as effective, if not more, in creating strength around your joints, reducing joint pain, and creating overall strength in the angle that you work the muscle. It is a perfect place to start. So the big takeaway for you is when you're just getting started, you do not need to lift heavy weights. You can use isometric exercises and you can build a strong foundation before you ever consider whether heavier weight training is an option for you. Strategy number 3. What if you hate logging your food, but you need to know how to shift your nutrition to match your age and stage of life? Like many, Larissa absolutely hated the idea of logging every single bite and having to use this as a strategy she would have to do forever. But we all know that nutrient needs change with age, and there needs to be a way to track and understand what you're doing, at least to begin with, so we know what strategies you need to focus in on and change over time. So I asked Larissa to meet me in the middle. Instead of logging forever and having to think of this as an ongoing strategy, just log her food for 1 week. This is something that I call a discovery period. We discover how you eat right now in order to understand how you can change things. And if you have those changes that you need to make, then we can start a list of those things and focus on one small change at a time. So the small doable changes that we needed to focus in on over time for Larissa were higher protein levels, taking a look at her plate and understanding always, where is my protein coming from? Simple changes that still allowed her to live her lifestyle and enjoy that one thing that she really loved. So the takeaway for you is, if you hate logging, you do not need to do it forever. Simply log for 1 week to get an idea of how you're eating right now. Make a list of what you need to change over time, and then pick one small doable change that you're willing to make. Once you feel like you've mastered that change, move on to the next. With these simple strategies, Larissa dropped 6 pant sizes, lost 30 pounds, sculpted her arms, and became stronger and achieved more stamina. She was able to ride her horse and continues to ride her horse. Her coaches even noticed her core strength and her ability to do a full session without getting winded. If you'd like to learn more about the 3-phase food and fitness formula that Larissa used to drop 6 pant sizes, then join my free masterclass. Inside, you'll learn more techniques and how to adapt them to fit you and your lifestyle. The link is in the description. Oh, and I promised you that video on how to check for your high intensity interval training zones. That video is here. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel here.